And your suit last night, dude, that was unreal.
Dude,
Where did you get that?
Dude,
That thing was, I need to get one of those.
Yes, I agree.
Are you the only one who has that? Is that like a personal suit?
Yes.
Damn, man. Can you get me in touch with that designer?
Yes.
I want one of those.
Yes. Yeah, hide her on the phone.
Yeah, Kevin McCarthy, Washington, D.C. All right, so I am so fascinated by the fact that your character is played by 4 different actors.
Yeah.
And I am curious from each of you, for you, did you get to work with or talk with the younger versions of yourself to kind of get that through line of who he is? And for you, you're dealing with Nick at different ages. So how was that to act with different people playing that same character? So I guess for you first, like, did you get to interact with them at all?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember this, but we were rehearsing, and 12-year-old Nick came in and was really, really excited to meet Steve. And it was just, I was going to impersonate it, but I won't, but it was just amazing.
You got to do it now.
Because he just came in and he went, Michael Scott! And I said this to you at the time, I just remembered, I was like, that is what I wanted to say or do when I met him, but I felt like I had to act like cool or something, so.
That's cool.
But sorry, but to answer the question, no, and I think I just got lucky with, I think you get, that's more of I've always been on the younger side. This is my first time I've had younger me's. I'm always the younger version of someone, an older, more established actor, and I think it's just, you get lucky with the casting director or the director or something, and certainly Jack Dylan Grazer, who had that reaction.
That Nirvana scene,
yeah,
man.
And he's really excellent in the film, and he was in it, and it was so crazy because, like, before Call Me by Your Name came out, I think it came out before that, and he was in all these pictures and all these red carpets, and I was thinking, oh my God, they're gonna like play when the beautiful boy comes out to be Steve and Jack.
That's awesome. And for you, working with the different versions of Nick, was to get that through line of being a father to that same child?
Yeah.
Can you talk about just that, what that was like for you as an actor?
Well, you know, I obviously work most with Timothy, so you sort of transpose the feelings that we generated as the older Nick to these younger kids as well, and the genesis of, you know, who this wonderful person started as. But they were all great. You know, they were all very open, and you know, I'm a dad, so it's all of those feelings and emotions are sort of right there. I'd go home every night, and my kids would be there, and so it wasn't that hard to kind of generate this affection for, you know, the kids playing my sons.
When you went home at night, would you hug your kids a little harder?
Oh, for sure.
I would imagine that's hard for you to go home and just kind of go back to being Steve Carell.
Well, yeah, you know, every night, and I'd sort of have a postmortem every night with my wife. She'd ask me, what happened today? Like, she'd see it in my face. Wow. And what did you shoot? And how do you feel? Because it did, and I think we both felt the same way about this. It really got inside of us, and it sounds so actory and kind of cliche, but we felt a responsibility to the material and to each other and to Felix and certainly to the chefs that it's important and it's timely and it's universal, and so yeah, I would take that stuff home, and my wife would just shake her head and said, "Oh man, I have to like brace myself." She was getting emotional just hearing stories about the day of shooting, let alone actually seeing any sort of final product.
One thing I find interesting are choices that actors make to put into the character. And this might be the most minuscule thing I noticed, but I thought it was interesting. When you're giving that speech about being in recovery to that crowd, your hand's in your pocket and you're fiddling with the bottom of your shirt. And this might have been something you did subconsciously, but I'm curious, are little things like that consciously done, like the little ticks or the little movements he does, the way he maybe even just the hand in the pocket? I'm curious, like not even just that specifically, but just the little movements you do as a character. Are all those chosen, or do they just happen?
I mean, well, I think it's a little bit of both, and I think, like, as an audience member, what's always been exciting to me, I mean, there's movies you write where there's movies you see where the writing is excellent, or a certain narrative structure as a star, but I really like, you know, like behavior-based like movies, and for something like that, I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I guess it's like for every role I play, it's, you know, I'm not as interested in wearing different scarves in different roles as much as like in chasing a certain feeling, is a quote that I've heard that I really like as it relates to acting, and for that kind of scene, you know, as long as I don't recognize like very specific things about myself, because I feel like that's like a line cross, especially when you're playing a character, then any and all things that are like, you know, I feel raw or something I like to take in, because I feel like as audiences it makes it resonate more, it feels more like real life, and generality is the enemy of art, so you try to make it as intricate and detailed as possible.
And do you get to shoot linearly? Because I feel like since you guys are going in and out of so many different timelines, and you're going through recovery, then you get back into relapse, do you get to do any of that linearly? Like, would there be a day where you would be like in recovery but also in kind of back? Would you ever have to jump in and out of that in the same day?
Oh, constantly.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't shoot linearly at all. It was really like, it's like they try to make it as hard as possible.
Yeah.
No.